I'm Danni Danger, and I just got my very first ever Golden Age comic. Golden Age comics are comics that were produced like in the 30s and into the late 40s, early 50s. And I've always wanted to add one to my collection, but how did I decide to pick up this particular comic? It all started with Seduction of the Innocent, or SOTI as we'll call it, because it sounds really creepy to say Seduction of the Innocent over and over and over again. SOTI was a book written by Dr. Frederick Wortham about the growing trend of juvenile delinquency in the early 50s, and his whole angle was, blame it on the comics! Now, comics got a little racy back in the day because there wasn't anybody around to tell them you can't do that. And kids were buying a lot of comics at the time, but a lot of the book was really over-dramatized, in some cases falsified, and in almost all cases laughable. I mean, come on, really. Batman and Robin, a thing? That's only bad fanfic. Bruce is totally not Dick's type. Nonetheless, a reasonable argument can be made that the reaction to SOTI brought the golden age of comics to a close. Werther's Booko accusations decreased popularity of so many superhero figures, and the little titles, the weird and sometimes kinky stuff, yeah, gone. While going through a list of SOTI books, which, fun fact, some of them are still surfacing, how cool is that? I came across the title Woman Outlaws #1 under the excerpt, giving children an image of American womanhood. Yeah, Women Outlaws. Sounds great. I grew up climbing trees with skin knees in the Texas countryside. Me and my sisters had wild, vivid imaginations, and we would play out these crazy fantasy scenarios for days at a time. And one of our favorite things to play was that we were Western outlaws and that we were on the run from lawmen in search of adventure and, hell, a little bit of romance. Women Outlaws is perfect for me! Unfortunately, it seems like the series was a casualty in the war against comics because they only put out 8 issues. And I want to do all 8, but I found number 5 first at a decent grade for a really good price at mycomicshop.com. So I got it. I also found a way to read my new comic book without damaging its pristine, almost pristine, it's a grade 5 shape. DigitalComicsMuseum.com is a thing, people. You can go read Golden Age comics that are really rare and hard to find that you probably won't ever actually get to read in person, and if you do, you probably shouldn't. You should bag and board them, folks. Do you have any Golden Age comics? Are there any Golden Age comics that you're really eyeballing that you want really bad? Tell me down below in the comments. I also really want Wonder Woman #49, which apparently had some lesbian overtones, but it's super expensive because it's a SOTI book and it's Wonder Woman. I don't need it to be in great shape, I just want it to be frame-worthy. I'll take a 3. Anybody? I'll take a 3 or 2. Before I respond to a comment, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. We do a lot of guides for new comic book beginners, new cosplayers, new video gamers, new tabletop gamers. This is the channel for you. You can find out more. The more you know. Oksana Brown asked me how to feel more comfortable in skimpy costumes, and I guess my first question to you would be, what about being in a skimpy costume makes you feel uncomfortable? If it's a question of, functionally feeling uncomfortable, I can recommend some really good double-sided tapes and a few bath products that actually would help out a lot. Google search Doc Johnson's Happy Hooters. It's not what you think it is, I promise, I swear, it's awesome. If you feel uncomfortable in skimpy costumes because you feel exposed or uncomfortable, then there's nothing wrong with putting on more clothes. Some people just aren't physically comfortable showing a lot of skin. There's no shame in that. It doesn't have to do with body image, it's just who you are. Put on some accessories, some more shorts, some tights, some gloves, whatever you have to do to make yourself feel comfortable. Some of my favorite cosplays have actually been people changing a costume to fit their own style. You can do that. And if you're feeling uncomfortable in skimpy costumes because of a confidence issue, you deserve to cosplay because you're a fan. You're beautiful and everyone loves you. I love you. And if somebody harasses you, go grab a convention person because you don't have to put up with that crap. No, you don't. As always, a very special thanks goes out to Austin Books and Comics, who have a really great selection of classic comics, Golden Age, Silver Age. Come check it out, seriously.